So guys, some tough news. I know you guys don't want to hear it. I know you guys are thinking it, and I am going street. Says everyone in my comments, every single one of them, and I don't know why. I get a different scooter deck that's a TSI, and I guess that makes me street, which it is this deck, this sexy mofo right here. Gorgeous. I just haven't been able to ride it yet. Yeah, I've been able to look at it for the past 4 days, so I'm loving it. And TSI was nice enough to engrave this deck for me and cut it down to 20.5 specifically for me, and it's for Nitro World Games. So I'm going to be riding this deck in Nitro, and the reason why they were so nice enough to send it to me, one, I mean, it's for Nitro. Who doesn't want their deck to be in Nitro? But I've personally wanted this deck for a while. Will and everyone else has always told me, Clayton, get a TSI deck, you'll love it. It's light and you'll be able to slide on everything. And I've been doing a lot of like different types of grinds and coping lately, so me having a wider deck is pretty mandatory because the Apex deck I have right now is kind of small, like just in width-wise, and I don't really like it all that much. I've ridden a 5-wide before and I actually really enjoyed it, so I'm riding the 5-wide now. And it doesn't mean I'm going street, and doesn't mean I'm going park, because there's no such thing as park and street. But if anything, I was street before I was park, if anything. So a lot of you guys think that a scooter deck is only used for a specific type of riding. Doesn't really matter. Like, I've seen guys hit massive rails on an Apex deck. Yeah, and there's Derek Marr doing buttercup bars with a 22 long Paramount, which is this deck, but just an 1.5 inches longer. Alright, so I am fortunate enough to be able to ride for multiple companies, which means I've been able to ride multiple decks, different sizes, different weights, basically every type. I've ridden like the heaviest decks, and I've also ridden the lightest decks. And I've learned that it really doesn't matter at all. Like, it doesn't. A deck isn't gonna make your style, you know, it's the rider. So someone could ride this deck, they could ride a different deck, it's all the same thing. Just a scooter deck, who cares?
So, like Clayton was saying, a scooter deck is literally just a piece of metal that you stand on. Like, at the end of the day, it's just a piece of machinery that connects your fork and your bars to your back wheel, and allows this little wonderful land right here to do grinds or land buttercups or whatever you want to do. It's just this platform that you stand on. It's not like a TSI deck or a district deck or a Phoenix Ion deck or anything. They're just scooter decks. It's all like personal preference. It's just what you like. If you like a big deck because you have big feet and you want to land certain tricks, then get a big deck. If you have small feet and like to do combos and throw the scooter around really fast, get a small deck. It's all personal preference. But besides from your deck size, there's also the deck balance. And you're probably thinking to yourself, well, like, why does a balanced deck matter? Well, a balanced deck matters a lot. Like a lot. Because if you have good weight in the back and good weight in the front, then you're going to whip really nice. But if you have bad weight in the back and a lot of weight in the front, like if it's really light in the back and really heavy in the front, you're not going to whip very well. But if you have a lot of weight in your back and then not a lot of weight in your front, it's just going to feel all lopsided. It's going to feel all weird. So having a balanced scooter is a pretty important thing, but I do not have a balanced scooter. I actually have the most unbalanced scooter of all time. Basically, what I mean by that is my deck weighs a lot of weight. I literally, if you guys haven't seen modifying a scooter deck, I have metal sheets on the bottom of my deck with plastic rails on the side, and I have big Radix wheels that are kind of heavy, and then I have a normal fork, an SCS, which is heavier than like an HSC, and then you'd think that I'd have heavy bars, but nope, I have the lightest bars you can get, the titanium bars. So, the reason that I like my scooter balanced like this, and you're probably thinking like, well, you're a retard, like why would you want a scooter like this? Well, the reason that I like my scooter like this is the tricks that I do. So, you don't see me doing a lot of bras, you don't see me doing a lot of umbrellas, you don't see me doing a lot of scooter flips. So, the weight of my deck really doesn't matter that much, because the heavier my deck is, it's honestly easier to catch tail whips in my opinion. And it's nice for rotor whips, because when I do a rotor whip and I do like when I do a tail whip and a bar spin at the same time, my bars are really light, but my deck like keeps the weight of like the whole scooter like spinning around, and it's just really nice. Also, another reason I like having kind of a heavier deck is because you can just grind through things easier. It's like more weight, more momentum going against like the ledge or the rail that you're going at. So I just find it to be nice to have a heavier deck. So a lot of people like a balanced scooter, like Clayton.
I do like a balanced scooter, Will. Thank you. So, getting into my scooter. How I like it is, right now, actually, I'll basically give you like a run through. My bars are 25 tall and 24 wide. And thanks to this Root Industries spacer, it added a 1/2 inch. So it actually made my scooter even more balanced, because the back end of the scooter is a little bit heavier than my apex, and mainly because it's completely squared off and just adds a little bit more weight to the back. So me adding just a little bit extra makes it to where my scooter spins really nicely, and I like that because I like doing multiple tail whips and being able to get my scooter back to me as fast as possible. And for some people it doesn't matter, but for me, I want to get my tail whips around as quick as possible so I can like do a combo or something like that, and that makes it way easier to basically do any sort of trick. And that's how I like my scooter. And basically how you get your scooter balanced, for all the people that maybe are thinking like, oh, how do I get mine balanced? It's basically, how I think of it is, as long, like, I don't know, I guess it's like mainly preference. It depends on what part you have. And whenever you first get your bars, start a little bit taller than you're used to. So let's say you have a 21 long deck and you get your bars and they're 26 tall. Put them on and do some tail whips, and whenever it feels like it's coming around very naturally, that's when your scooter's balanced. But if it feels like it's really wobbly in your head tube, if you feel your head tube going back and forth or going side to side, that's bad. And if you like that, whatever. But if you want it perfect, you basically want it to where it feels very, like, literally the tail whips just do it itself very naturally. So that's the best way to get it balanced. And so going back to adjusting your bars, if you get any size bar, I would recommend just cutting it down 1/2 inch at a time and throwing them on, trying them out, and then if you don't like it, keep going, because you can always take it off, but you can never put metal back on. So just play with it, see how you like it, try out different size bars, and see how it goes. Alright, well, thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of Undialed. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in, and make sure to like, share, subscribe. If you liked it, put a comment down below letting us know what you thought. If you hated it, be like, hey, this sucks. If you liked it, be like, this sucks. And if you were like, it's alright, just put it sucks. But still put a thumbs up. But yeah, make sure to subscribe, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.